Hey guys, this is your girl Dee, and welcome to Meta 2020. I'm so excited. I have the absolute pleasure of interviewing I Go By Price. It's my boy Price. Welcome to Meta 2020,
Hey,
Price.
thank you for having me.
Thank you for clearing your schedule for little old me.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate y'all for having me on here. You know what I mean? It's been a long time coming. I've been a fan of the show and everything and the content that y'all put out.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really
Well,
appreciate it. So, Price, can you begin to tell me a little bit about yourself? Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
um, who am I? That's a loaded question. Um, but
That's what the streets
I'm
say.
just a regular dude. Yeah, uh-huh. But yeah, I'm just a regular guy. I'm an artist. I have an art background, majored in graphic design, was an art teacher for a little bit, and
Okay.
just found myself in Horizon Worlds as another platform to, show off my creativity.
So, what brought you into Horizons? What made you even begin to pick up an
Um,
Oculus and start doing what you do?
well, the Oculus portion, I literally won the Oculus. I didn't know what it was at all, and I won it from work.
Cool.
And my son ended up getting one last December for Christmas too. Ironically, my mom got him one as well. And
Mm-hmm.
I just hopped on here, ended up in venues, and then saw there was another app coming, Horizon Worlds. So I downloaded it. It was free. And then I came in here and I was like, oh, this is like The Sims or something like that. Like it was
Okay.
entertaining at the time, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So just kind of came in here by accident. I often say the metaverse found me. I didn't find the metaverse.
Hey, that's what's up. I like to hear that.
Yeah.
So, what inspired you to start building though, Price? Like, what inspired you? Where did your inspiration come from building?
Um, really, I'd say Hardy West and Hardy World. That was the first world I went to, and I fortunately enough got to speak to him early on. Like, I think it was like the second day I was really exploring. I went back in there, and he
Okay.
was in there. I recently
Mm-hmm.
posted a video about that too. Spent like an hour or so in there that day talking, but really Hardy West, and then just knowing that I could create in here, which he was the one that told me. I didn't know. I thought I had to work for Meta to be able to create a world in here, but he was like, "No, anybody can create a world." And I'm like, "Oh shit."
Okay.
Well, excuse my French,
Let me.
but
Yeah.
yeah. But I was like, "Let
we'll
me
get
go ahead
that.
and try my hand at that." Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So did you find it difficult when you first picked up the tool to begin to start building? Was it pretty easy for you? How was it for you?
It was definitely a learning curve. I had
Mm-hmm.
never been in a space like this using tools like how we have our controllers in our hands and everything, and just
Yes.
learning the building process. It was very hard for me. I had a lot of frustrating times and stuff like that. That staircase to the R&B lounge really beat me up in the earlier stages of building.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what a snap tool was or anything like that, and it just looked like a wavy rippling staircase, and like you would really be, you got the little bump when you go up my staircase. I don't put the little plane on there where it's smooth, but it was
Okay.
a lot worse than what it is now, how the screen jumps, because you're going up each stair. um
Yes.
but a lot of people who follow me from the earlier beginnings, like in January to now,
Mm-hmm.
they can
Mm-hmm.
really truly see like the build quality of my stuff,
Yes.
advance and
Yes.
move forward. So it was hard at first, but practice makes perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't afraid to make mistakes or anything. So I think after probably I say like 2 weeks, for the most part, I kind of had it down pat. But when I learned
Okay.
the snap tool, it was really a wrap from there.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I
Yeah.
just learned something from you today. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because that building
Hmm.
thing gets to me every time. So,
Yeah.
you have a number of worlds, Price. How many worlds do you have in total
I
that you've
honestly
published?
don't know.
Not the unpublished
Yeah.
worlds, but the published ones.
I honestly still don't know. I'm working on the
Okay.
world right now, and I
Okay.
have all my doors in it. And
Mm-hmm.
it seems like every week with the basement it's like a new world every single week. Because every time I do my
That is
Wednesday
true.
nights and I decorate, that's literally another
Mm-hmm.
world. Um, so I would probably say at least 10. I'll just throw that
Okay.
number out there. I'm not sure honestly, but at least
Okay.
10 worlds that I have,
Okay.
like that are mine, my own. Not that I collabed or anything like that, but just
Mm-hmm.
mine strictly.
Just yours that you built yourself.
Mhm.
So,
Oh.
so you have several worlds, and so you just spoke about the basement. What inspired you to do the basement? And there are a lot of events that go on in the basement. So while talking
Mhm.
about that, I would like if you incorporated some of the things we do in the basement.
Okay, yeah. So the basement really came about. It was a space supposed to be a space for me and my friends to play taboo.
Okay.
And I'm talking about like my in real life friends from back home
Mm-hmm.
because that's what we did in real life. And I'm like, I need to make a space in here where they feel enticed to come in, get a headset, and spend time because we're all in different states now. We'd have grown up, everybody's moved away. So
Right.
it's kind of a way to bring us all back together, playing the game taboo. But what happened
Okay.
was I started creating and I was like, I wanted to make a whole world as detailed as possible. So when I got towards the finishing the actual basement before I even tried to put the game in there, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
this is too dope to just not release. So looking back, I just threw a post out on Instagram like, hey, I'm about to just
Yep.
release this basement, y'all pull up.
Yes.
And the rest is history. Everybody really enjoyed it or whatever. And the assets were new at the time too. So I just threw a couple of the games in there, like the darts, the
Okay.
basketball hoop, and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
just to give like more interaction in the world. So it's not just like a static space that just you come in and stand around. I mean, that's part of
Mm-hmm.
it, but still there's games in there and there's always a theme or music, you know what I mean? But really my
Yes.
friends inspired it to kind of tie that all together.
Okay, that's what's up. So, can you talk about some things that go on in the basement? Like you do a lot in the basement. You
Hmm.
have several worlds. However, the basement is a world that you do a lot in the basement. What goes on
Yeah.
in the basement? Is it like what
Um,
goes on in Vegas? Stay in Vegas? Like what?
hey, it depends on who you is and what time you put the headset on. You know what I mean? But the main thing that goes on in the basement is really just the listening parties. Every week I'll do a
Okay.
featured artist or either a featured
Yes.
genre or theme or whatnot.
Yes.
And I'll decorate the basement around that person or that genre, era, or music or whatnot. So that's the main things
Mhm.
of listening parties. And then typically on Fridays, if there's a new album dropping that I'm interested in, I'll go to the basement and play it in there. Like tonight, for instance, Quavo and Takeoff have their album dropping at it's probably already dropped. Yeah, it dropped at 12
Okay.
a.m. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna go and do that in there tonight as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Meta News will be in
but
the house.
yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's more stuff coming. For instance, the whole Christmas Secret Santa thing that I'm gonna
Okay.
start organizing and put together. I'm gonna do that in the basement too.
Ah, I
Decorated Christmas
like
tree
that.
presents, all that. Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely also have like a Friendsgiving and something for
Oh,
Kwanzaa or something like that
nice,
too.
nice.
That's
Okay.
the main reason I like the basement and I think it's so popular is because it's so versatile. I mean, a lot of people build
Yes.
houses in here and stuff like that, but me personally, I haven't seen anybody do what I have done. I'm sure somebody has because I'm not gonna put it past anybody. But to really like change it and theme it out because every time I redo the basement, I'm literally going in there and creating all those assets that you see for the themes
Yes.
and I publish it in the basement after the day of the event. I'll go
Mm-hmm.
in and duplicate that world, publish it as its own, and revert the basement
Oh.
back to its normal state. And so every single
Oh,
week,
okay.
yeah, it's going to be a new basement published pretty much every single week if I end up changing the layout or the theme of the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm
That is
like, I don't
such a
know how
good
many I
idea.
have. Yeah.
Right, right, right. I understand when you said
Hmm.
that. I understood because I know that every time you do something different in the basement, and now I understand
Yeah,
that you republish it as a world. So that is adding to your adding to your legacy and everything. So
for sure.
Price, out of all the worlds you build, and you knew this question was already coming because I tried to brief you on it before.
Hmm.
Which world? I want to mention also too. Price's grandfather came in here earlier today, Daddy Price. Then I had to let him coming from. Where was he coming from, Price?
He was coming from the R&B lounge is where he was coming from.
Coming from the R&B lounge, and I was like, "Today is not your interview, sir. We interview. Can you go get Price?" Grandpa came up in
Hmm.
here in his tracksuit, his gray beard, gray locks. So he ended up having to go and get Price to bring him in because he thought
Yeah.
today was his day. Another day for Grandpa, okay? And his crew. We're going to have the whole
Hmm.
crew come up in here. So anyway, I'll say out of all your worlds, Price, and the things
Hmm.
you've been doing here in the metaverse, could you tell us like what is your favorite world
My favorite world, it would be
that you've
between
that you've built?
that I built.
Yes.
That is a good question. and it's I don't know. I could see it from different angles where I have different reasons for choosing different worlds. All right, my
Okay.
top three would be the R&B Lounge,
Okay.
143, and the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And out of those three, I would probably have to say 143. Honestly,
Okay.
just because it's so special. Because I've gotten so many DMs from people who have taken their metaboo, their friend, whatever you want to call it, taking them there and deepen their relationship. Or I've had people who've actually met each other in there and they've started relationships, you know, talking outside of the Oculus, visiting each other outside of the Oculus
Okay.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I think that's just real cool because I created something that I had a real purpose for, and without really
Yes.
pushing the purpose per se, people are seeing the
Mm-hmm.
purpose and utilizing it for that. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I think that's my favorite world. And then especially like what I did to it recently with the relaunch of it, I think it elevated the space and everything from its original.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. So, Price, if you
Hmm.
could give advice to anyone who's just not purchasing the Oculus, we got a lot of people that are starting to come into
Hmm.
Horizons. What would be the advice you would give to someone new here, in Horizon? That's like, what can I do?
Like just in general, not even just
Just
building.
in, not just in general, just like you give somebody an advice.
Okay. Um, honestly, the way things have been going, I tell people to just treat people the way you want to be treated and be honest self and who you are, and don't come on
Mm-hmm.
here like trying to like be something that you're not. You know what I mean? Because you're going to attract the wrong people. Act how you
I
act in the
like that.
real world, and you're going to attract the
Mm-hmm.
people that you should be attracting. You know what I mean? Because a
Yes.
lot of us we've
Yes.
made like legit friends in here. And I think those
Mm-hmm.
people who found those real strong friendships in here are people who are honest and true about themselves and
Yes.
how they act in here essentially. So that would be
Mm-hmm.
my one thing I say is be true to yourself and find your not your clan. I don't want to say clan, but you know what I mean. Find your tribe, your village, or whatever
Your
of your
village. Yeah.
friends.
I like
Yeah,
that. I like that. I like that.
yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, Price. Oh, another question. I have one more question for you.
Hmm.
So if a person still, are you still giving out Waukesha?
Oh
So
yeah,
we have
for
to
sure.
explain
That's
who
a
Waukesha
yeah.
is
That's
and what is
okay.
Waukesha.
Yeah. So Waukesha came from the second car show for the car show that Leroy 777, if I remember his name correctly, and
Mm-hmm.
then also his hospitality group that he's a part of, they put together. um I built it for that particular competition, and it was really a
Okay.
spin off of Moneybag Yo's song and everything.
Yes.
That's really where the inspiration for that car came from, just because it blended in with the the color purple, which is kind of my theme
Yes.
as well. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really it. It was nothing like super deep about the whole story to Waukesha and everything, but she is definitely being given out for free. So if you do want
Okay.
her, add me to a blank world. If you just name the blank world Waukesha, I'll know that's what you want and I'll just drop it off. You ain't even got to message me if you don't want to. Just for
Mm-hmm.
those who want the vehicle, it's a free vehicle, no charge, no nothing. I just ask that you keep my logo on it. You can change the colors or whatever you want to do to it, but just make sure my logo stays on there.
Okay, I like that. I'm so glad you said that. Right. Because I'm going to give me a Waukesha too. That part.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you said that, I
Hmm.
would like to know, like, where can we find you? I need your AOL. I need your MySpace, your Cash App. We need your
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like, where can these people find you? And, we need to know how to get the Waukesha. So that means we need to know where you are. So let us
Yeah.
know, let the viewers know where you are.
Really, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, technically Snapchat, Twitter. It's all the same name. I go by Price. Cash App, I go by Price with the $sign in the front of it. If you want my
Mm-hmm.
AIM username, that's OLyman89. That was my old one. I'm not going to respond if you try to reach out to me through there because I'm not on there no more. Find me on MySpace if you want to. I mean, if that even still works as a website. I'm up there too. It's not I go by Price on there. I can't even remember what my name was on there.
Remember, right?
But, yeah. Yeah, but it's I go by Price. Yep. And
But
then
we can find you
find
in the
me in the
basement though,
basement.
right?
Yeah, only in the basement.
Find him in the
Only in the basement.
basement.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what's up. I really, really appreciate you for taking that time in your schedule. I know you still got another event to go to host.
Hmm.
Once you leave us here, And it just means a lot to me that you even took out the time to come and share your story here on Meta 2020. So thank you so much, Price. I thank
You're
you for your
welcome.
inspiration. I thank you for continuing to build and being the person that you are, because ever since I met you, you've always been the same person. So I appreciate that in you
No doubt. No
as
doubt.
well. Guys, I thank you for joining us on Meta 2020. I'm your girl Dee. I'm with my boy Price. And we thank you so much for joining us today. You guys, don't forget to comment down below, like our post, and if Price sees something, if you didn't remember what he said and you want to Waukesha, hit down in the comments and he will respond and get back to you, and we will as well. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Be good to yourself and others. Bye.
It's the